Please, get away now!
YouTuber Holobible lives deep in the remote Oregon wilderness, far from any neighbors. So when strange noises echo outside his cabin late at night, he grabs his camera and steps into the darkness to investigate. At first, everything seems normal, until he notices something out of place. A strange shape blends into the landscape, almost like a rock, but he knows this area too well to be mistaken. As he zooms in, whispering to himself, an eerie shift occurs. Suddenly, a thin humanoid figure slowly turns its unnaturally long neck toward him. For a brief second, its face looks startled. Was it feeding, bearing something, or perhaps doing something far more sinister? The answer remains unknown as Holobible panics, his breathing growing rapid as he stumbles backward, barely able to keep the camera steady. The figure remains still for a moment, its head tilted as if studying him, before taking a slow, deliberate step forward. That's all it takes for Holobible to bolt, abandoning the investigation and fleeing back to the safety of his cabin. For now, the mystery remains unsolved. Is that just a smudge on the window, or is something watching you? Originally recorded in August 2013 and later published by the Korean YouTube channel Lonely Gang in July 2019, this unsettling footage captures a chilling encounter. As the cameraman walks past a series of abandoned buildings at night, his camera briefly pans down a narrow alleyway. That's when something eerie appears in the corner of a window.
8월 19일 여름에 찍은 거죠. 부산의 모 흉가촌이죠, 흉가촌. 눈 동그란 총각이 저를 쳐다보고 있습니다. 흉가촌에서. 자, 저기 보이십니까?
A pale, ghostly face staring directly at him. A closer look at a still frame reveals an even more disturbing image. But who is he, and why is he there? One thing is clear. Whoever, or whatever this is, they don't want anyone getting too close. Sweet dreams. V is celebrating the 4th of July, lighting up the night sky with Roman candles, when a bone-chilling scream suddenly rips through the air. At first, the sound is distant, but as they cautiously follow it, the noise grows louder, more unsettling. After over a minute of searching, they finally spot the source. Just a few feet away, hunched over in the darkness.
What is that? Dude, what is that?
A gray humanoid figure remains eerily still, its posture unnatural and disturbing. As Sweet Dreams V slowly steps backward, the figure springs to life. Panic sets in as he turns and runs for his life. Could this be an actual encounter with something unknown, or just an elaborate prank? Exploring with Darkit is a YouTube channel dedicated to documenting abandoned locations in all their eerie forms. This time, the group finds themselves inside what appears to be an old manufacturing plant. As they move through the rusted machinery and decaying remnants of the past, an unsettling feeling settles over them. They are being watched. Strange, distant lights flicker on and off in random patterns, almost as if something is toying with them. On the second floor, they stumble upon a room filled with heaps of garbage and adult diapers, hinting at someone or something having lived there. In another room, they discover more discarded items, including a single woman's right shoe. The absence of the left one suggests a struggle may have taken place. The walls are marked with strange writing, the meaning unknown. If anyone can translate it, it could reveal vital clues about the building's dark history. They eventually reach a final room, concealed behind a filthy curtain draped across the doorway. Peeling it back, they are met with a chilling sight.
Nice meeting you.
Please, get away now!
Suddenly, a piercing scream erupts behind them, sending their hearts racing. The sound echoes through the narrow corridors, leaving them with one terrifying realization: they are not alone. Devalat is live streaming an exploration of an abandoned building when something unnerving interrupts him, a distinctly human voice, or at least something doing its best impression of one. Following the sound, D tracks it to a nearby room. Hesitates at the doorway, waiting for another sign of movement. Then, suddenly, a face peeks around the corner. But when he rushes inside, the figure has vanished. A closer inspection of the room reveals an unsettling truth. There are no windows or exits from where the figure was standing. There's simply no way for them to have escaped. And yet, they're gone, leaving Devalat questioning what the heck just happened. Urbex Hill is one of YouTube's most popular urban exploration channels, featuring raw footage from YouTuber Chris Hill's visits to some of the most extreme abandoned locations in the US. From deserted mental hospitals to decommissioned military sites, Chris explores places that even the most daring explorers avoid, especially alone and at night, like he always does. In January 2023, he uploaded footage from his visit to the now abandoned Paul Revere Elementary School in Cleveland. After nearly a century in operation, the school closed permanently in 2015 due to declining enrollment. While there are rumored plans to convert the site into housing, as of 2024, Paul Revere Elementary remains abandoned and in terrible condition. From the moment Chris steps inside, it's obvious that the building has been left to decay. Flooded lower floors, peeling walls, rusting structures, and scattered debris covering every inch. Vandals and time have left their mark. Throughout the video, fresh chalk messages appear on whiteboards, confirming recent visitors. This was actually Chris's second visit to Paul Revere. When he uploaded footage from his first trip in March 2022, former students and teachers left comments, heartbroken by the school's state. About 10 minutes into his latest exploration, an eerie, ruffling sound echoes through the hallways. As he rounds a corner, another flashlight beam flickers at the end of the hall. It appears to belong to a lone figure.
What is that? Do you hear that? Somebody's here.
Possibly another urban explorer or a squatter, but at 1 a.m. in an abandoned school, Chris knows better than to take chances. Instead of making his presence known, he quietly retreats, making sure to avoid the other person. He heads to the library, then ventures to the upper floors. As he enters a bathroom on the top floor, another encounter stops him cold. A shadowy figure stands at the far end of the bathroom, completely motionless. Instinctively, Chris draws his gun before stepping inside. The tension breaks in an instant.
Somebody's in there. Scared the out of me. Oh, man.
The terrifying figure is nothing more than a mannequin, likely placed there to frighten intruders. Even stranger, it falls forward just as Chris notices it.
Hello. Oh, it's a f***ing toy. Oh my god, that scared the out of me.
The most logical explanation is that the sound waves from his voice knocked it over, but the timing is chilling. Most people would have bolted the moment they saw the eerie silhouette, but Chris, unfazed by the shock, pushes forward. He takes a moment to collect himself before cautiously stepping back into the bathroom, determined to inspect every corner. The eerie silence of the abandoned school only adds to the unsettling atmosphere, but he remains focused. The dim light from his flashlight flickers across broken tiles and rusted faucets as he scans the room, his mind still replaying the unnerving sight of the mannequin. Even though he now knows it was just an object, the way it had fallen at the perfect moment lingers in his thoughts, making the experience all the more disturbing. As he continues his search, his eyes fall on a pile of old books scattered haphazardly across the grimy floor. Some are covered in dust, their pages curling from water damage, but many still appear perfectly usable. Alongside them, whiteboards lean against the wall, untouched and forgotten, with faint traces of past lessons still visible on their surfaces.
Safe is still here. I wonder what's in
A distant howl sends a chill down his spine. Raising his camera, he catches a shadow moving behind a doorway at the far end of the room. At this point, it's clear he's not alone. Worse, he might be getting stalked. Once again, Chris grips his gun, bracing for an encounter. But after searching the area, he finds no one.
Oh, here it is. This place is crazy. I remember the last time I explored it. Hello? Hello? What? Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out.
Luckily, Chris makes it out unharmed, and despite the night's chilling events, he continues to upload videos of his explorations into some of the world's most unsettling abandoned places. The Proper People is an urban exploration channel run by Brian and Michael, two friends who have spent over a decade traveling the world in search of abandoned buildings. Since launching their channel, they have built a solid reputation for being one of the most trustworthy sources in the urban exploration community. In a niche of YouTube often plagued by fake or exaggerated content, Brian and Michael have remained committed to uploading only genuine footage of their explorations. Their dedication to authenticity has made them one of the most respected names in the space, earning them a loyal following for their visits to fascinating and historically significant locations, rather than relying on staged, eerie encounters or fabricated scares. In 2016, they uploaded a video documenting their nighttime exploration of the Jemison Center in Northport, Alabama, commonly referred to as Old Bryce Hospital. From 1939 to 1977, the Jemison Center housed hundreds of psychiatric patients and developed a grim reputation due to reports of severe mistreatment. Old labeled the creepiest building in Alabama, Old Bryce was officially shut down in the late 1970s and has since been overtaken by nature, becoming a hotspot for urban explorers from around the world. As Brian and Michael approach the abandoned complex in their car, the area seems completely deserted. After driving around the property for a while, they decide to exit their vehicle and begin their exploration, starting in the basement. Decades of abandonment have left the structure in complete ruin. Walls are crumbling, graffiti covers almost every surface, and in some areas entire sections of the building have collapsed.
Look at this staircase out here. Oh, there's somebody there.
No way.
Yes, I see their light.
They're out there. I swear on my life. Right there. Should I say hello?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there. Let's go back to the car. This way. If it's somebody wanting to talk to us.
Let's go to the car now.
Oh yeah.
With the Jemison Center in such an advanced state of decay, the biggest concern should have been the risk of structural collapse, but as they make their way up the stairs to explore the top floor, it quickly becomes clear that stability is the least of their worries. As the camera shifts toward the window, the dark outline of a person holding a light can be seen on the staircase of the opposite wing of the building. Disturbingly, as soon as Brian and Michael switch off their flashlight, the other person does the exact same thing, clearly indicating that they were being watched and that whoever was out there did not want to be seen. Even more chilling if you rewind the footage to when they first arrived on the top floor. A faint light is visible outside the window. This means that whoever was lurking in the shadows had arrived on foot and had likely been there for a long time.